Hello, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. We're going to use a brand new deck for this. I ordered this a while ago, but of course with lockdown it's taken forever to get here. I had the Oracle of Mystic Moments, and I'd been using that for a while, and then I found out there is a tarot version, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I don't know whether I found one and this wasn't ready or the other way round, but it is an absolute stunning deck. Let me just pick one at random. All right, so we have the Hermit there. So you know me, I love these really ethereal decks. Look at that. King of Swords. So there's extra cards in this deck because they actually have the female king and the male king, which was very unusual. So I unboxed it yesterday. Beautiful cards, beautiful quality, all embossed. So yeah, it's just a stunning deck, but we're going to see how we go with having the female and the male king. So I guess what they're trying to say, and it's a wonder they don't put king in the queen spot as well then, but I think it's just sort of looking at the male aspects within the feminine. So, and I guess everybody wants to have their deck look a little different, but we'll see how we go with this. All right. Oh, slippery little suckers. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups coming out. For my friend who talked about the stinky fish. Gemstone Tarot always talks about the stinky fish, but I had a lovely follower, subscriber, very special person who was talking about this not so long ago. So it looks like this is for you. The stinky fish. The goldfish in the cup, card of Pisces. Some sort of love offer, something coming through here. The page always represents something quite new, also represents messages. So maybe somebody is sort of showing interest in you here, communicating some sort of interest, perhaps asking you on a date, but it is a message of love coming through. Now the Three of Cups for me is a funny card, and I've learned so long ago that when this comes up in a reading for me, it very often sort of talks about three people in a relationship or three people in a situation. Now sometimes, rarely, it can come up if we've got like interference from a mother figure or interference from something else in the person's life, like distance, not being able to commit, religious differences, those sort of things. So, but it very often sort of, for me, when I see this sort of energy, I feel like you're getting a love offer or some sort of message or some sort of communication from someone who's currently in some sort of other situation. Okay, could be a Leo, Sag or Aries here. I actually feel like this is going to go back to the What's Cracking reading, but we'll see how we go. There's just a bit of energy with the King of Wands that makes me feel like I'm continuing a reading. The King of Wands represents Leo, Sag, Aries, but more than that, the energy of the King of Wands is about leadership. It's about somebody who's very passionate about what they do. For me, very often represents someone who's in business for themselves or is in a very strong position of leadership. But definitely someone who's fiery here coming through. The Hermit card is here after I pulled it, and the King of Swords. Wow, that's quite interesting because those were the two cards I pulled out the deck to show you here. I feel like you've got somebody coming forward. Yeah, I feel like whoever this person is, see how the cards are really replicating here, has been through some sort of huge change here with the Death card. Whoever this person is, there's a great deal of love here. And a great deal of passion. I feel like this person feels very, very strongly towards you. But there is a feeling that perhaps they took a lot of time out and did some healing, and perhaps for you that sort of made you feel perhaps they've left you behind or forgotten you, ghosted you. I don't feel as though it is. I feel like you're dealing with someone who really felt they needed to take control in their own life. Maybe they had a lot of things to work through. And I feel like this person has done a lot of work and probably is now moving towards union, but there does look to be some sort of contact from them here in regard to their situation. This isn't contact like with that love offer to ask you out on a date. It feels like to me someone's sort of just almost repairing something here or almost preparing for something. And there seems to be some sort of communication coming through here that perhaps you never thought you would get. And I feel like you've probably discounted or discarded this person, feeling that they perhaps didn't love you or they weren't interested in you, or that they weren't going to make the move. Whatever it is for you, it feels like to me something is happening here. Okay, so we have the Devil card coming through here. The Devil card is very different in this, isn't it? Wow, I'm really intrigued. It's very Alice in Wonderland. So the Devil card can talk about everything extreme, egoism, being stuck in some sort of energy here. It can be about addiction, but it's sort of really feeling quite different in this card here. So I want to just see what we've got coming out around this so I can give you a full breakdown of what I'm feeling. We have the World card coming through with the Queen of Wands and the Six of Cups. Wow. We have got two cards that came up in the What's Cracking reading in the same line. The Devil's in a different spot though. There is some sort of cycle closing out here. And I really feel with this Devil energy, you've been locked or trapped in some sort of energy here. I do see the webs and I feel like you've been enmeshed in something. But again, it's sort of coming through because I have the Six of Cups here. So it's like you've been trapped in the past with something. Whatever it is, it's definitely finalizing with the World card here because you're coming up as the Queen of Wands. So I really feel like you're stepping into a new journey here with the Queen of Wands. It's like you're starting to... It's like you're letting go of an old version of yourself, I want to say. I see the moths and the butterflies and the energy of those in here and the dragonflies, which all really talk about transformation. And although it's the Queen of Wands, I want to say even with the peacock feathers here, there's sort of some sort of transformation occurring here because you're closing out what I see is something to do with this Devil energy. Some sort of way of thinking that's held you back. Now, the Devil energy can represent, as I said, anything to extremes. It could represent addiction. But for me here, it feels like you're trapped in some sort of energy of believing something when it isn't true. And that's very much here what's coming through. I feel like you're trapped in some sort of cycle here. But it is closing out with the World card. It is definitely closing out. And it has something to do with your past or your childhood. All right, so I have the Knight of Cups coming through. Oh, how beautiful is the Ace of Swords. Woo! Oh, I love it. That might be my new favourite. Okay, and we have the Five of Swords coming through here. There's very different energies in this reading, so I'll try and get through to you here. There seems to be some sort of truth here, and the Ace of Swords in this one shows a key, which I think is extremely relevant here, because whatever this truth is that you're receiving with the Ace of Swords is allowing you to open something up here. It's like you're opening a portal to a new time to bring through this new energy here of the Queen of Wands. So it's like you're stepping into something here. Because you're definitely leaving something behind here. The King of Cups has a very different energy too. It's okay, so have a look at this. This particular card shows a woman playing what looks like a musical instrument, but it isn't. It's a heart, and it's on a lotus flower, which sort of talks about new life. So I'm feeling here this has something to do with opening your heart up, taking action on something here with the heart. Let me just pull a few more cards. All right, so I have the Knight of Swords. Wow, okay, with the Queen of Swords and the Two of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that Two of Cups. And interestingly enough, it looks very, very different to the traditional Two of Cups. I can't help thinking these two look like twins with this one. Okay. Really ploughing down to the energies here. I feel like you're getting some sort of truth through that's going to help you have some sort of self-realization, which is taking you into a complete transformation. Now, what I see here is it's something to do with your past. It's something that you have believed or harbored for a really long time. I do see you moving away from this energy with the Five of Swords here. And I feel like with that Knight of Cups, it's like perhaps in the past you've run away from your feelings, or you've run away from yourself. Oh boy. It's like you've run from yourself, or you're running away from yourself. You're not seeing something within yourself. There is some sort of truth coming through here that's going to lead to union. I did have the King and Queen of Wands again, didn't I? Yes, I did. I had the King and Queen of Wands again, which came out, of course, in the What's Cracking reading. This is about union. This is about coming into union with somebody, but you're not seeing it the way you need to see it. Something is showing you something in a... Let me just get a little deeper. All right, so I have some sort of offer coming through. I feel like you may be dealing with someone who was in another situation, who's now stepping up, coming forward, who's ready for union. I feel like this person has been through a lot of energy changes themselves here, but I feel like they're ready and they're coming forward. There's the Death card, there's the King of Cups. So now we have someone with a love offer. Okay, so it's very clear to me that you are dealing with some sort of love offer from your past here, that somebody is returning to you. But the reason they're returning here is because you're letting go. It's like you're letting go of something from your past. Because it's like you're walking away from yourself. Now, I know people are going to understand what I mean by this, but it's really... you're walking away from an old version of yourself. Let's talk about it that way. There's some sort of old version of yourself here that is no longer serving you, and the universe is trying to get you to cut it away with the Ace of Swords, because it's going to open a new portal or new energy for you. But it's got something to do with your heart. It's got something to do with a new start or a new way of doing things, because you're bringing new life to a situation here. It's like you're taking action to bring new life to something, but it almost feels like you're putting your heart back. I don't know how else to explain it. It's really very deep energy, but it's almost like you're going through some sort of transformation here to come to union. But the transformation you're coming to feels to me like you're walking away from some sort of old version of yourself. You're creating yourself again, but this time you're creating yourself in this sort of energy of the Queen of Wands. So you're shedding quite a lot of energy here. We have a lot of swords energy coming through. There's a lot of energy of cutting away, seeing a truth, and being able to discard something from your past that has kept you back from, I want to say, owning your heart or acknowledging your heart. What have you been so locked into with that Seven of Cups energy that you have yourself trapped in some sort of idea or some sort of way of being? Okay, so I have the Eight of Swords. Oh my goodness, wasn't that relevant? I just said, why are you trapped? What are you trapped in here? And I want to say that this, for me, represents not just overthinking, not just being stuck in your head, but you're trapped in this energy. And I feel it's like we talk about the overthinking, we talk about the not being able to escape with the Ace of Swords. But it's not like that. The energy that's coming through here is you're escaping from yourself. You're escaping from this energy of some sort of idea or illusion you've had about who you are. Now, this to me is is all part of that victim mentality, that victim consciousness. It's got you trapped here with this cage. But we also see in this particular cage that there are wings and the lid is up. So you're sort of trapped in something here and unable to let it go. And you're about to work out how to do that, because I see you cutting it out and walking away with the Five of Swords. I don't think you're moving away from a person. I feel like you're moving towards a person, but you're letting go of some sort of idea here. Page of Swords coming back through. Page of Cups. Queen of Cups. Seven of Swords. Okay. It's like you, Seven of Swords, you know, for me is very much about trying to escape from something without really, it could be strategy, it could be you taking your lessons and running with them. But I feel like here that you are somehow or another keeping yourself trapped in this cage. Maybe you run from love. Maybe this is your thing. Maybe you're just not realizing it. The Seven of Swords is very much this card of self-sabotage. Are you self-sabotaging? Page of Swords. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. The dandelion. I'm so engrossed in these cards. All right, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords on the table. Okay, there's a feeling here that you think you don't deserve something. You're used to moving away from something because you're moving away before you get hurt. It's like you're running away from something just in case. I won't do this just in case it hurts. I'll keep myself really safely in this little prison here, and then I can't be hurt. And I can chase everything away because it will save that heart of mine. But I feel like here you're being freed. It's like you're being freed with that heart. There is something here with the Seven and Eight of Swords that needs to... Wow, okay, so that would be the Ace of Swords energy. All right, let's look at it that way. There is something here you are doing to sabotage yourself. Some way of thinking, some way of being. You're using this as some sort of excuse here, but you're not realizing it, you're using it this way. So it's like you are saving yourself from something because of your victim mentality or your victim consciousness. What are you doing here? Because the Ace of Swords is coming, making it the Eight. You're keeping trapped. It's like you're trapped with this truth and you have the key to that cage. But you're so entrenched in this way of thinking here that you're not realizing you could walk away and leave it behind. This is all Swords energy. So what sort of thinking do you have here that's keeping you trapped in something? Because you're about to release yourself, or somebody is about to give you some sort of energy here that you can release some of these energies that are coming through here. But it's definitely to do with your past here, and you're about to close it out. You're about to set yourself free here. And it leads to union. So somehow or another, going on this little bit of a journey here, you're freeing yourself from that devil energy. You're cutting yourself free. You're cutting yourself free from whatever energy is here. So maybe it is codependency for some of you. Some of you it's fearing love or fearing letting someone in. But you're freeing yourself up from something. All right, let's have a look and pull an oracle card. I'm going to pull an oracle card from the matching deck, the Oracle of Mystic Moments. So let's have a look. I feel like I need to pull two here to read them well. Okay, we have Touch the Sky. Oh my goodness. Do you know, I can tell you, my plaits were like that. I used to have hair that long. It was down at the back of my knees, and my kids used to laugh because whenever they talked about Rapunzel at school, they'd say that was me. That was quite a long time ago now. Butterfly Garden. All right, let's have a look at what these mean. So I'll read you the meanings and then I'm going to get what Spirit is talking about here. So this first one is number 32. This is Lost in Thoughts, Isolation and Sanctuary. A young girl with long braids looks down to earth from up in the skies. The small bird on her shoulder keeps her company in her cloud sanctuary. She is holding one of her braids like a lifeline, as if she is expecting someone to climb up to her. Sometimes we are so overwhelmed by our feelings and sensations, we escape into a condition of withdrawal and separation. It is hard for other people to follow us there unless we give them a sign that they are welcome. And then we have the butterfly garden. This is curiosity's discovery, small moments in life. A woman holds a blooming flower in her hand as she gazes towards the sky. On her head sits a butterfly. We're talking transformation again here, closely examining the purple petals. Enjoying the situation, the woman stands still and quietly soaks in her surroundings. She does not want to disturb the scene. In our daily life, there are so many possible moments that could be precious if we just take the time to notice them. Be mindful of your surroundings and pay attention. Ask, why is that there? Then make connections. Small observations can lead to great discoveries here. Somehow or another, I feel like here that by understanding this process of transformation, you're going to be able to see what you have been waiting for or relying on for a long time. I don't think this is necessarily a person. I feel like you're releasing yourself here from some sort of energy that's kept you trapped waiting for something. So there's a possibility here that this is sort of reconfirming what I've just read. I definitely see transformation, so something is happening here, but it's almost like you were waiting for something here. I think you're waiting for an answer. I don't think it's so much a person as the answer they're bringing. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.